Brought to you by Penguin.
The Quiet American by Greene. Read by Simon Cadell.
Part 1, Chapter 1. After dinner, I sat and waited for Pyle in my room over the Rue Catinat. He had said, "I'll be with you at the latest by 10, and when midnight struck, I couldn't stay quiet any longer and went down into the street. A lot of old women in black trousers squatted on the landing. It was February, and I suppose too hot for them to be in bed. One trishaw driver pedalled slowly by towards the riverfront, and I could see lamps burning where they had disembarked the new American planes. There was no sign of Pyle anywhere in the long street. Of course, I told myself he might have been detained for some reason at the American legation, but surely, in that case, he would have telephoned to the restaurant. He was very meticulous about small courtesies. I turned to go indoors when I saw a girl waiting in the next doorway. I couldn't see her face, only the white silk trousers and the long flowered robe, but I knew her for all that. She had so often waited for me to come home at just this place and hour. "Phuong," I said, which means phoenix, but nothing nowadays is fabulous, and nothing rises from its ashes. I knew before she had time to tell me that she was waiting for Pyle too. "He isn't here." "Je sais. J'étais-vous seul à la fenêtre?" "You may as well wait upstairs," I said. "He'll be coming soon." "I can wait here." "Better not. The police might pick you up." She followed me upstairs. I thought of several ironic and unpleasant jests I might make, but neither her English nor her French would have been good enough for her to understand the irony, and, strange to say, I had no desire to hurt her or even to hurt myself. When we reached the landing, all the old women turned their heads, and as soon as we had passed, their voices rose and fell, as though they were singing together. What are they talking about? They think I have come home. Inside my room, the tree I had set up weeks ago for the Chinese New Year had shed most of its yellow blossoms. They had fallen between the keys of my typewriter. I picked them out. "Tu es troublé," Phuong said. "It's unlike him. He's such a punctual man." I took off my tie and my shoes and lay down on the bed. Phuong lit the gas stove and began to boil the water for the tea. It might have been 6 months ago. "He says you are going away soon now," she said. "Perhaps. He is very fond of you." "Thank him for nothing," I said. I saw that she was doing her hair differently, allowing it to fall black and straight over her shoulders. I remembered that Pyle had once criticized the elaborate hairdressing which she thought became the daughter of a mandarin. I shut my eyes, and she was again the same as she used to be. She was the hiss of steam, the clink of a cup. She was a certain hour of the night, and the promise of rest. "He will not be long," she said, as though I needed comfort for his absence. I wondered what they had talked about together. Pyle was very earnest, and I had suffered from his lectures on the Far East, which he had known for as many months as I had years. Democracy was another subject of his. He had pronounced and aggravating views on what the United States was doing for the world. Phuong, on the other hand, was wonderfully ignorant. If Hitler had come into the conversation, she would have interrupted to ask who he was. The explanation would be all the more difficult, because she had never met a German or a Pole, and had only the vaguest knowledge of European geography, though about Princess Margaret, of course, she knew more than I. I heard her put a tray down at the end of the bed. "Is he still in love with you, Phuong? To take an Annamite to bed with you is like taking a bird. They twitter and sing on your pillow." There had been a time when I thought none of their voices sang like Phuong's. I put out my hand and touched her arm. Their bones, too, were as fragile as a bird's. "Is he, Phuong?" She laughed, and I heard her strike a match. "In love?" Perhaps it was one of the phrases she didn't understand. "May I make your pipe?" she asked. When I opened my eyes, she had lit the lamp, and the tray was already prepared. The lamplight made her skin the color.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?